welcome back to Don't Wake the Kids. This is Randall. I'm here with Tom, my very first guest. Episode 1. It's his first time back.
How's it going, everyone?
We're doing a special episode today at A Shared Universe PodcaStudio in, where is this, Eatontown?
Yeah, you got it.
Eatontown, New Jersey. It's been a crazy day. I made this trip, this whole vacation, basically 10 days, so that I could come here. And now we're here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited about it.
It's been pretty wild.
We went to the Quick Stop, which, the Quick Stop, man, I thought it was a lot smaller than it is. I was talking to Jacob from Refund Theater, and he was saying it's a lot, or no, sorry, backwards. I thought it was a lot bigger than it looked in the movie. He said it's a lot smaller, so I don't know what the fuck he's thinking.
It's I mean, it's a convenience store. They're
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have those over there. Right?
Well, of course.
Yeah, they're not big.
Yeah, no, it was bigger than I thought it was going to be.
The plaza itself was actually bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was just the Quick Stop and the video shop. I didn't realize there was
more stores on there.
Yeah, but that was a fun little stop. Quick Stop.
It's a dad podcast, so that's allowed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, am I? Because I'm not a dad.
No, you're allowed. You get a pass.
Oh, sweet.
On this show only.
Awesome.
Any other time, I'll slap you. No,
Sounds fair.
And the stash, it was actually smaller than I expected.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a little dark in there. It was a little it was smaller than I expected, I guess, from watching the show.
Right.
But it was still cool to see all that stuff.
Yeah, I spent way too much money in there, but I don't regret it. They have a bong that I wanted to buy so bad, but it wasn't for sale.
Yeah, broken bong.
There's a sign on it that says "not broken for sale." The broken is a little bit bigger, but that's literally, if you read from top to bottom, it says "not broken for sale." So I'm thinking, cool, it's not broke, I can buy it, and there's a price tag on it. But no, Mike said no.
I think it's supposed to be broken.
Yeah, no,
sale.
definitely. But whoever wrote it, they're not really sure what's going on.
Didn't really do that right.
But yeah, so it's been a long time since I've put out an episode. Like 3 months now. A lot of life things happening. I'm excited to get up here and do this one. But before we get into the nonsense I've got planned, I want to mention don'twakethekids.com is finally live. It's actually been live now for about 3 months. I think I launched it right after the last episode. But it's got a lot of fun stuff. I've got a writer, Dale. She is hilarious. So check out the blog on there. She's a mom of, I don't know, she's got like 30 kids like me, so she's got a lot of experience. But it's a fun little blog that she's doing. I write a little bit on it, but she's the main writer there. There's also links to the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So I'm going to be putting up pictures from this trip and all the fun stuff. There's also a new merch store. If you just go to don'twakethekids.com/merch, it'll take you straight to it. But you can get your shirts, hoodies, skateboard, phone case, whatever. I've got a lot of stuff on there. Soon, I will have Rubbish Tea dolls. There's actually, if you look at Kevin Smith's Twitter and his Instagram also, he just posted a picture of him with one of their dolls that my friend Ashley makes them. And she sent one, if I understood her story correctly, she sent 2 to somebody, one for them, and he got one to Kevin, and it even has its own Twitter, and it's possibly going to be in Reboot. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that little Easter egg.
And you can own one.
Yeah, so those will be on don'twakethekids.com soon. You can get your own. She can make anyone. So if you want to send her like a picture of your dad or your mom or your really strange uncle, and she will make it and send it to you.
Sure.
I don't know. Literally, she'll do anybody. She's got like, I don't know. She's done a couple Post Malones that are kind of funny because they've actually got the tattoos sewed into them. She hand sews everything on it. It's pretty cool.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. Don'twakethekids.com.
So Tom and I have been just kind of traveling around. We went to Boston. We've spent a day on the beach in Connecticut. What all have we done?
We drove out to New York for a DIY punk show.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. We went and saw False Accusations and some other bands that I couldn't name them because we didn't listen. We heard them from the outside. Some kids. It was a good scene. It's been a long time since I've been to a show like that.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see that it's still alive, like that it's still going. That I mean, they were all young kids. We were definitely the oldest people there.
Oh yeah, I felt ancient.
But it's good to see that there's still a scene. I mean, this was out in the middle of near Binghamton, New York. We were in this little place called Johnson City, which is kind of middle of nowhere ish.
It looked like anybody could have jumped out of an alley and shot us at any point.
Yeah,
We actually did see a woman come out of an alley with her face totally bloodied up, and the cops showed up right after that with an ambulance, and that was interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a place like that. But yeah, the show was a lot of fun. It's nice to see kids still doing this. And
If you like heavy music or jazz music,
yes,
look up False Accusations because they're both.
exactly.
It's a lot of fun. They're really heavy.
and random jazz moments. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
They were all over the place. Like I haven't had that much fun in a show in a long time.
We did that. We did the beach. I took you to Modern Pizza New Haven.
Yeah, so he's telling me that it's the best pizza in the world.
It's my favorite pizza in the world.
It wasn't bad. I would eat it again, but Domino's was better in my opinion. Honestly.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. I
Oof.
mean, they bring it right to my door, hot and ready. The crust it's usually not burnt when I order Domino's.
Well, that's how it is. It comes out of a brick oven at like 700 degrees, so it's going to be a little bit charred.
Yeah, well, maybe they should take it out a little sooner.
Man, you're killing me.
But we went to Boston, so this is my first time up here. I've been to New England once, and that was a shitty time. Not a fun story. I won't tell it. So this is my first real trip up here, and it's a lot different than I expected. Especially Connecticut. It looks like Arkansas, except with nicer houses.
The houses that are 3 times what they cost there.
Not quite as many rebel flags, thankfully.
You saw one.
Yeah, I did see one. He looked like an idiot. Well, we went to Boston. This was my first time in Boston, and we went to, what was that place called? EFT?
Oh, the dispensary?
Yeah, we went to a recreational dispensary.
Crap. I don't remember. Yeah. It's in a bank. It's in a place called Brookline.
Yeah, it's this old bank that, like the tellers, that's where you make your purchase. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's I mean, you wait in line. I mean, I think we went on a day. It was pretty quick. You wait in line and then you get in. And it's the old bank, and you can buy marijuana if you wish.
Coming from Arkansas, where it's not legal and everybody hates you if you do smoke, it was cool to go to a legal place.
Yeah, it was a lot more. I mean, I kept thinking, I guess because I'm so used to it being not legal, it was very friendly, I guess. Like, I kind of expected it to be a little more hostile.
Why?
I don't know. Like, I just felt like, everything we were doing, I was going to, like, turn a corner and, like, it was going to be the wrong thing to do. And there was just going to be, somebody standing there.
I mean, you have to stay in line, then you go straight to a teller. Like, there wasn't really anything wrong you could do.
No, I understand. I kept thinking, like, oh, they're going to mark, like, out-of-state license or something.
Like, you're just expecting something to go wrong.
Yeah, that's just my nature.
Negative bitch. No, it was cool. We each got a little something.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we walked around Boston. Went to, I mean, we got there kind of late, so there wasn't a whole lot that we didn't get to go to the Science Museum or like the historical places. But
Yeah, I wanted to really get stoned and go to the Science Museum, but
it is fun.
We were too late because I hate museums. I just can't do it. I'm so bored. But I thought the Science Museum would be pretty interesting if I was really high.
It's a lot of fun sober, and they do like that's actually, I've gone there a bunch of times because they do like Star Wars exhibits and stuff, and it's really cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, but like, yeah, there being high probably would be amazing. But we walked along Newbury Street in Boston, which, if you're familiar, is like all shops and restaurants and stuff like that. I went to Newbury Comics, and
It was nice. It was a nice little stroll. Weather's been pretty great until today. It's been rainy.
yeah, we got lucky, or you got lucky, I guess, coming out here, because I was worried that it was going to be like 90 something and 100% humidity every day, like it is some
See, I can
summers.
handle that. I'll walk around in that. I don't want to walk around if it's pouring down rain, though.
Or that. I mean, it only rained Saturday when we drove out to New York, and then today a little bit. So
we're doing this, and tomorrow and Saturday we're going to New York City. Going to spend 2 days there.
Yeah, taking the
I'm
train.
I'm gonna do all the touristy stuff.
Tourist bitch.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the trip. Sorry to waste your time listening. You're driving to work, listening to this, and you're like, man, these guys are idiots. This is so stupid. I don't care about their fucking trip.
Well, the fun part is going to be listening to. We recorded the drive.
Yeah, so I mic'd up the car, and I've just been rolling while we're driving. So I don't know if it'll be at the end of this episode, maybe the next one or the one before this. We'll just see how I get these edited. But I'm gonna have a supercut of Tom's road rage because he is a madman.
Look, you can't drive anywhere in Connecticut, New Jersey, or New York if you don't have road rage when you're driving. It basically means that you're the asshole that everyone's getting angry at. It's one or the other. There's no way.
You are very angry.
I am, because
I can't wait to edit it all together. It's gonna I don't know, like 100 episodes ago. No, I don't have 100 episodes. 30 to 50 episodes ago. I did a supercut of my old co-host. He said fuck like I don't remember how many times. It was like 132, I want to say was the number in like an hour and a half episode. Yeah, no, it was nuts. So I went through and I cut everything out in that episode chronologically except for him saying fuck, and I put it all together, and it's like 3 minutes of straight consecutive fucks. It was so funny.
Yeah, so that's look forward to that. And
Which Tom says fuck a lot in this supercut too, I'm sure.
probably. I mean,
Lots of name calling.
yeah, there's some.
But so the episode that I'm going to string together, we didn't really. It's just a mixture of a bunch of random conversations. I'm going to just cut down, and it'll be it's kind of a random episode. I didn't plan, even this episode, I didn't plan anything out. You know, usually we have the segments, and every show flows pretty much the same. Today we're just bullshitting. The other episode that, you might have already heard it, but it's just it's going to be just a mishmash of stories while we're in the car.
Yeah, just we were just talking to people and having people try to like ask us questions and stuff like that, just to keep us going.
Yeah, we were live streaming too, so
Yeah, we had a 3.5 hour drive there.
yeah. But let's move on to the stuff that we did kind of prepare.
The important stuff.
Yeah, which, to be honest, I have one thing on my list.
Professional.
Right. So this Area 51 raid,
Yep.
everybody's seen it on Facebook. Have you seen it, Christian? Yeah. So, I'm trying to think, how can I word this? I used to work for the government in the middle of Nevada. That's really all I can say is I used to work for the government in the middle of Nevada. So, I have a lot of opinions on this raid.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
I honestly, 100%, it's not going to happen. I don't think a single person is going to show up.
Oh, I think a single person will. I think there's going to be people.
There are
who
a lot of
will.
idiots out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going to happen if anybody actually does try it?
I think they're going to be intercepted long before they get anywhere near, even remotely near anything, or somebody's going to do something stupid and get themselves shot.
So, public access, like to get there, there's only one road. You're in the middle of nowhere. It's not like there's trees or anything. There's one way to get there, unless you're just like hiking across the desert, which.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody tries that and then dies in the desert or something.
Yeah. And I mean, there's proximity alerts all around it.
Yep.
Miles before you even get to it.
Yeah, like
assume 200,000 people do show up.
Oh my God.
They will get close. People are probably going to die. Vehicles, there's drones. Lots of drones out there.
Somebody's going to have a drone. Somebody's going to try to get a drone over.
I'm talking military drones.
I know.
There's a lot of them out there. You're right. Vehicles, it's a bad idea. People are going to jail.
Even ironically, this is one of those like really, really dumb ideas. There's no way that there's no happy ending here.
It'll be happy for us.
Oh yeah,
it'll be really funny to see how it plays out because it's not going to work the way they think it's going to.
No.
There's no aliens.
There's no alien.
There are no aliens. Not saying I've been there, but there's no aliens.
Yeah, but you have to. You have to say that. You work.
I don't.
worked
I
for
did
them.
not work there.
No, but you worked for them. So
I don't.
You have
no,
to say
I
that.
no, I didn't work for
I don't know.
them.
I don't know.
was an Air Force contractor. That's it.
Yeah, that's still government. I mean, I don't know. How we can't trust your opinion on that?
You can trust me. You can trust me. Trust me.
Trust me.
It's
there's no
it's a bad
aliens.
idea though. I really hope. When is it? What
I don't
the
know.
date?
I don't care enough to know.
Let's see, look it up.
3,000.
300,000 people are signed
people.
up to storm it.
Dude.
To see them aliens.
Yeah, right. Can't get out and vote, but you can go to Area 51.
There's no date. I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
They're probably hiding.
It's on
the
the
date.
the Facebook group has the date.
I just think like look,
Yeah.
you're rating this or you're attempting to bad podcasting
September
here, but I'm
20th.
giving air quotes here. Raid a top secret government
The top
facility,
secret.
yeah, that supposedly has like super advanced weaponry and stuff, and you think that your little nerd brain is going to somehow outsmart them.
You invited Mike.
This is
funny.
like the worst idea.
From Ming's Facebook.
I can't.
That's hilarious.
This is so bad. Why? Like they're doing and people are doing it ironically, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah, no.
oh,
There's 300,000 people signed up right now.
God.
If 100 show up, I'll be surprised.
I'd say I'm going to give it somewhere between 1 and 150 people are going to show up in some way, shape, or form.
What would you do if 3,000 showed up?
I would be shocked. There's
Like, craziest scenario possible. What would happen if, like, the most people showed up?
So,
Like,
Yeah.
security out there is tight. They will.
That type?
If one person shows up at the gate, you will be met before you even get to the gate. You're met with armed security. They will get you on your face. If 3,000 people show up, you're basically going to be meeting an army. They're all going to end up on their faces if they try to be stupid and run. I mean, God, 3,000 people. If 300 security guards show up, all of them aiming their guns at those 3,000. Is anyone going to be stupid enough to try to get past them?
Yeah.
Do you think that there's already a security plan? In
Oh, I
effect?
fucking guarantee
Oh,
it.
sure.
They take that stuff so serious.
sure.
There's like a document.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a
Seriously.
top secret memo somewhere about the Facebook Area 51 raid. Somewhere in some file or some warehouse,
There's Air Force and Army and Marines out there going through safety briefings.
What's up?
What's up, Ming?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
Did you guys start already? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been going for a little bit. You're good.
Oh no, you're good.
Do you want to jump in? You got time?
Yeah, I jumped for a little bit. So
Sweet,
you guys just
awesome.
started then.
Yeah.
You guys got here early, right?
Yeah, we were about 10
Yeah,
minutes
we're-
early.
We've been in the area, so
Oh, no problem. Absolutely. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't know you guys started already.
You're good. I came totally unprepared, so we're just kind of
cool.
bullshitting.
this is we're just winging it.
It's called podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Welcome. Where'd you guys drive from?
Well, we drove from Connecticut. He's from Arkansas, so he flew out.
Oh my god, that's cool. So you're
Yeah.
just hanging out for.
I took a 10-day vacation. My only plans were to go to the Quick Stop stash
Did
and
you
do this.
do that yet?
We did that today.
Yeah.
So you saw Mike?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Met Mike and get him.
Got some stuff.
Headphones?
Um,
Or you don't need them.
yeah. So we were if you came last night, you could play poker with us.
Oh man.
We considered driving up here last night.
Yeah.
We should have. We had this random. I gotta sweep up those chips too. Potato chip.
Who's we?
So when we were shooting the show, we would play every Tuesday night. So, and everyone missed the game. So whenever we can do it, we'll play a game. So it ends up being once every 2 months or so.
Oh.
Yeah, just low stakes, $20 buy-in.
I do that. back home.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Cheers.
Mike.
Grab the pop screen behind you too.
They were just talking about the Area 51 raid that's apparently going to go down.
Yeah, on Facebook, a bunch of
Have you seen that?
people.
Have you heard anything about it?
No, I have not. So, yeah. So is this just random people like?
I don't know how this started. I really don't.
Some idiot just made it, and
Yeah.
now there's over 300,000 people signed up to raid Area 51 on September 20th.
Which makes no sense. So they're announcing it. So
Yeah.
if there were alien corpses, if there's a spaceship, they're just gonna move it under the cover of darkness and be like, we don't know what you're talking about.
See, that would be a better outcome. I hope they do that. I hope they
And
let
they just
them in,
let them in.
and there's nothing there. That's what I
No,
hope.
it
Oh,
won't
they're just
happen.
like, oh, you're here for the tour. What?
Come on in, guys.
Come on in.
They won't make it to the gate.
Everyone's ready to storm Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's just like, come on in.
My favorite lines from Independence Day is like, oh yeah, Area 51. No, it's just a myth. That's not entirely true. That's
See-
my favorite line from Independence Day.
Right before I got the job working for the government in the Nevada desert, and that's all I'm saying. It was like a week or two before that Obama mentioned it in a press conference. It was
Yeah.
the first time that it had ever been actually acknowledged that it's a real place. After I started a couple weeks later, and I was talking to some of the guys, and they were scared to death they were going to lose their jobs. They're like, well, fuck, it's out there now, and like they're going to end up changing everything, and we're going to lose our jobs. Thankfully, that wasn't the case.
Okay, so you're good.
They are, yeah.
Okay.
I don't work there anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a year and a half. Lived in Vegas. Drove 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours every Monday to work,
Yeah.
and then every Thursday I came home. It was a
All
good
right.
time.
Sounds like you're saying too much already.
I am. I mean, I'm not saying what I did, so that's the important thing.
Okay. All right, and I won't ask. I know how
That's-
this works.
Everything I just said has been said on the podcast before. Nothing more.
Yep,
but-
I love it. Well, welcome to Shared Universe.
Thanks. This is sick.
This is awesome.
Yeah, hopefully you guys feel at
It's a
home
really
here.
cool place.
That was the goal. It's yeah, the only goal was like let's not no boring here.
White
I know.
room with a table, some fold-out chairs. My studio is a 5x5 room in my house that I've got like soundproofing on the walls because it's a tiny room and echoes like crazy.
Yeah.
It's called, and I refuse to explain this to anyone. I won't have to explain it to you. Anybody that asks, like, well, what does that mean? I tell them just watch Clerks, but it's called Snowball Studio 37.
Of course you did.
Oh,
I mean, that's a pretty odd name. Knowing
is.
what that
I know, and
actually,
that's why I did
is.
it, because a lot of
It's pretty funny.
not family-friendly conversations go on in there. So
Despite the name of the podcast.
don't wake the kids. I
Well,
mean,
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's cool, and that's what podcasting is all about. You find whatever space you can record in,
Right.
And you do it. However, for anyone, I ask most podcasters like, so where do you before we open this place, like where do you record? Like our kitchen, our basement,
Wherever.
We met these guys who cleaned out their garage and
Yeah.
set up a little studio in there, but they weren't able to park their car in there anymore. And so I was like, well, that's cool. I love that kind of do-it-yourself spirit, but let's, it's like, wow, this could work. We could have a dedicated space.
more people need to come here. This is like, I feel really comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a great, and like I can't stop looking around.
Yeah.
It's cool. If I wish I lived closer so that I could just do this and not have to take a room in my house.
You guys are here. You guys are welcome here anytime.
I'll definitely any trip I make up here, I'll be booking another show.
Fantastic. And if me or Mike are available, I would definitely jump in, man.
Cool.
Because we can't we can't stay away from a mic,
Right.
Yeah.
a microphone. That is, or Mike Zapsik, I guess.
You do a lot of cons.
I do.
Didn't you just get back from one?
I did. I was in a con in Youngstown, Ohio, and not what you think of when you think of
No, absolutely
the
not.
hotbed of the Comic-Con world. You think San Diego, New York,
Right.
Chicago, maybe Emerald City and Seattle. You don't really think Youngstown, Ohio. And Youngstown's got a pretty storied history. There was a center of like the steel industry.
Okay.
Back in the day, they manufactured cars around there. It was very prosperous, and as such, there was a dark side to Youngstown, Ohio. The mob moved in.
Oh, sweet.
And because it was a city which is pretty much equidistant from both Cleveland and Pittsburgh, who also had a mob presence. So it was kind of like a mob way station, if you will, where they set up shop there. And since everyone's making money, they wanted a piece of that racket, and it was good for a while. And then they cracked down on the mob, and then the steel industry dried up. Moved overseas. An auto plant just shut down there. So it looks Looks, it's in development right now. It doesn't look so great when you go there. But I like this dude named Greg, who owns 2 comic shops in the area. Decided to start a con there about 5 years ago, and
That's cool.
He did it partially to throw a con, to promote comic books, but he also did it just to give the city a little positivity.
Something to do.
Yeah, so that was cool. So me, Brian Johnson, and Mike Zapsik from Comic Book Ben went out there. Jason Mewes was also a guest, and for some random reason, at the same time, Kevin Smith did a Q&A also
Nice.
that same weekend. So it was cool. It was odd that we were all in the same city at the same time, which because Kevin and Jay moved out to LA.
Right.
We're here, so we'll see him a few times a year, but it's not as often as you would think. But for us to be in Youngstown, Ohio, was pretty weird. So it was a pretty cool weekend.
In Arkansas, they're starting to try to bring more. I know in Little Rock there's a con, and they're trying to do one. I live right next to Fort Smith.
Yeah.
They're doing one there, but it's like the biggest people they can get are like Power Rangers. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and they tend to wreak havoc whenever they hit a
Right.
city. So they're troublemakers, man. They're troublemakers. But I like. But as Youngstown proven, you can throw a con anywhere,
Yeah.
and the fans will come out. It was a great crowd.
The
we had a great
scene
time.
is getting huge. Like it's, 10 years ago, 15 years ago,
Nope,
they
yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah,
Like nobody went.
Yeah.
People would go, just not near the numbers now.
Yeah.
The culture's changed. I mean, there's been so much more acceptance of people who are into like comic books and anything like that. I mean, even the Comic Book Man had, that show never would have been on the air.
Oh no,
20
man.
years ago,
Yeah, we
50
got
years
lucky
ago.
with the timing. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's it's awesome to it's awesome to see that stuff like becoming mainstream and accepted and people enjoying themselves, throwing cons, doing whatever.
Yeah, I love it. I just want people to talk to because back in the day, people were like, "Whoa, who the hell's Wolverine?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Adamantium, he regenerates. Snicked, nothing." And people would look at me blankly, and like, "We don't know who that is."
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, and it sucked. It sucked because I knew it was cool, all the the Chris Claremont stories and and like Jim Lee artwork and
Yeah.
and John Byrne and all that, and I'm like, you don't get it. This is awesome. It was like it was the same way I first saw Clerks. Nobody would watch it because it was in black and white. My friends
Yeah.
wouldn't watch it because they thought it was some kind of art movie because it was
Yeah.
in black
Yeah.
and white. Like, what's this European like art movie? I'm like,
Not gonna lie, that was my first reaction to
Really?
watching Clerks.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, and then my mom of all people
Your
was
mom?
like, yeah, my mom and my dad were like, here, watch this.
yeah.
And I was like,
That's
fine.
awesome.
How old were you, dude?
Yeah.
Because you're pretty young. So what were you, like 11?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
I was
That's
11
a
and I
bad
was-
language and a sexual situation.
The first
Snowballing, for God's sake.
the first movie I saw was Dogma, and
man.
I was staying the night at my aunt and uncle's house
Yeah.
and hanging out with my cousins, which I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Wait, what year did that Dogma come out? It came out in
1998.
98. So yeah, I was like 11 or 12. My cousins were 2 and 4 years younger than me. So we all sit down in front of the TV to watch this movie, and like 10, 15 minutes into it, they're like, all right, you guys need to go to your bedrooms.
Oh, man.
You can't watch this. But I was so into it that I laid down in the hallway and peeked around the corner
Oh,
and
man.
watched the whole movie.
Yeah.
And since then, I've watched everything. Like I'm a huge fan.
Got hooked.
Yeah.
Got hooked.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
cool.
I'm not the kind of fan that makes a website before the internet's even really a thing.
I got lucky with good timing.
That
So.
was, yeah.
But if it means anything, Kevin Smith is not here currently, but you're sitting he sat in that seat.
That's sick.
He's talked into that microphone.
That's fucking sick.
He's been in the studio. So, and actually, we have a photo. I have a photo with him in here. I don't know why
It needs to be on the
didn't
wall.
feel
I
the-
mean,
I like
you're gonna have
Stan Lee-
to take something down.
Yeah, I'll
but
take Stanley. Get out of here, Kevin Smith. You're going up. Yeah, I think I can find a room.
my next vacation, I'm gonna go to LA so I can see a Hollywood Babylon.
You should.
That's-
It's a great experience. It's seen Kevin Smith in an intimate setting,
Yeah.
less than 200 people. I think the ticket's like $20, and it's
I've got to do it.
It's pretty awesome. It's it's like the comedy club setting. So the exposed brick,
Man,
the spotlight. And it's a great show.
I lived in Vegas, which isn't that far of a drive. I
No,
could have done it at any
could've.
time, but I didn't know about it until it was literally the trip when I was moving back to Arkansas.
Yeah.
When I found out about it.
Oh, and you were going the opposite
and
direction.
I've been back once
You were
since,
just
but it
like
was
crap.
Yeah. So many missed opportunities.
Yeah, it's pretty worth it though. It's definitely 2-drink minimum though. So bring your
That's
wallet.
fine.
But
That's-
it's a comedy
Yeah,
club
that doesn't
rules,
sound like a
man.
problem.
I'll smoke before I go in there.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. You definitely do that. That's cool. What brings you out to this area for 10 days?
This.
Oh really?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
That's cool.
So we became friends over Twitter because we're both fans of a band,
Which one?
Norma Jean.
Okay.
So we started talking just through Twitter about this band, and then he flew out to my wedding 5 years ago.
First
And that
time
was the
meeting
first
him.
time.
Oh
meeting.
really?
Yeah.
That's
and
cool.
I haven't seen him since then, so I
Oh my god.
wanted to take a vacation.
That's awesome.
So my wife has taken a bunch of vacations, so I wanted one, and so I flew out here for 10 days. And literally, the only plan I had for the whole trip was I got to go to the quick stop, got to the stash, and we got to record a podcast at A Shared Universe.
Yeah. That's awesome. So I'm honored that that's now a landmark.
I thank you for making this a thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the whole goal was, we podcast. We know how fun this is.
Right.
Yeah.
And at one point I was like, I wonder if this would be fun for everybody else. I wonder if we could show people how fun this is. And so far it's worked out
Yeah.
a lot.
They're the reason I started my own podcast. I'd never even thought about podcasting. And then
What's your podcast?
And then I started work here. It's called Frame by Frame. We have to pick it up again because we took a little bit of a too long of a hiatus. But we talk about animation, and I would have never thought about doing a podcast until I worked here and realized, oh yeah,
It's
this
not
is
that
fun.
hard.
It's not
It's
that
a lot
hard.
of fun. Anybody can do it.
Especially for someone who's a bit of a motor mouth. It's all good.
Yeah, we talk too much. I started mine just because I was in the military and I have friends around the world, and I wanted to be able to just a reason to keep in touch with my friends because I don't, and that's how it started. The first 3 or 4 episodes, that's what it was. But then I was having so much fun with it, I decided to do other things. So I've done interviews. Like I interviewed Jay Linder and Micah Wright. They're both animators.
Yeah.
I watched a movie on Netflix called They're Watching, and they wrote and directed it. And I just tweeted randomly. I was like, man, I'd love to talk to anybody that worked on this. And Jay responded, so I got to talk to them for about an hour. That was a lot of fun.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Back in I mean, if you want to hey, can I call you? I just want to talk to you. They're like, no, who the hell are you? If you're like, hey, could we be on my podcast though?
Uh-huh.
Knowing that conversation doesn't get lost to the ether, that
Right.
they're able to promote whatever they're working on, and it goes out to an audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's surprising how many people get back to you. Or I go to Comic Cons, and I tell any podcaster going to a con, dude, bring a recorder or just bring your phone, but don't be afraid to go up to anybody at the con and ask just for a quick interview, whether they be a big time guest or just an attendee, or even the vendors have a lot
Just
of
somebody
great
to
stories,
talk
man.
to. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
but you'll be surprised at how many of the guests will take 5 minutes to podcast with you. And now, most of them have podcasts now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot
Everybody's
of
got a podcast.
Everybody's doing
podcasts. What's his face? Lex Luthor from Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum.
Rosenberg,
He's
yeah.
got a podcast, and it's great. It's awesome. Anna Faris,
Hers
she's
is
got a
funny.
huge podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Unqualified.
yeah. It's and so they know it's hard getting content. So yeah, well,
They're making it hard for us little guys.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
But I feel it kind of equals the playing field too.
It does.
I mean, you're all just talking into a microphone, so while professionally I guess they're more well known, so they'll get the immediate audience.
Right.
But if they suck, people
Yeah.
aren't going to stick around.
Oh, and,
so.
and I'm not going to say I'm not going to name any names, but there's been a couple celebrity podcasts I've listened to. I'm just like,
They don't got it.
can't.
Yeah.
Don't got it.
You're not that interesting. Sorry, buddy.
yeah, yeah,
But then I get on here and I know I'm not that interesting. But it's a blast. I wish there was a market for something like this in Arkansas because I would love to start one. I know of, including my own, I only know of 3 podcasts in my area that exist.
yeah. So the solution to that is to show everybody how fun this is, and then the podcast people start, and then all the podcasters first of all,
Right.
And then you're kind of I help those guys get started. It's kind of cool. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool. So yeah, we had one podcast. They came in. They knew they wanted to podcast. When I met them, one of the guys had bought on Amazon. There's this podcast in a box.
Oh, yeah.
Set up. It's not that great, but it'll get you started. But he coincidentally he met me like literally I think the next day after that package came, and he was like, "Wait, there's a whole studio." So he returned that piece of crap, came in, took the class here, and then they've been podcasting for over a year. And to mark their 1 year anniversary, they threw a whole live show in Asbury Park, the next town over. They threw it in this beautiful theater, and so it was a mix of live podcasting, bands, and comedy.
I need
and
to do
it was
that.
a whole thing.
That'd be awesome.
And it was pretty awesome. So to see them go from almost podcasting from a box
Right.
to doing it live in the theater was pretty awesome.
I want to do a live show. Mine, I started just recording literally with the microphone built into my laptop.
Yeah, that's all you need though.
Yeah.
Just something to record it on. It doesn't have to be fancy.
Yeah. And my buddy's podcast, Refund Theater, they sit around their coffee table with an iPhone just sitting on the table.
Yeah.
They record, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both, two of the guys are cinematographers for like the news, cameramen.
Oh, okay,
But they have
cool.
to edit and everything too, so they know what they're doing
Yeah.
when it comes to the editing. And he makes it sound like they're recording in a studio.
That's cool.
Aside from the random dogs barking.
Sure, but that's gonna happen anyways. Even if
Yeah.
you have $400 microphones,
Right.
they're just gonna pick it up even more. So
I love that about my studio because my main rule is I only record after the kids are in bed.
Right.
Because I've got to keep the name Don't Wake the Kids. It's got to stay.
yeah,
Gotta
It's
be
got to stay
legit.
true to itself.
Yeah.
yeah.
and
It's
so
a great name, by the way.
Thank you. Everyone's sleeping except me and my wife, and so it's quiet. The dogs are usually quiet at night. I don't have to worry about anything like that.
Yeah, and you're doing most voice actors when they're on a gig or they're traveling, they go in the hotel closet, and that's where they
Yeah.
record. So you're it's a pro setup, my friend, is what I'm
Right.
saying.
I'm proud of it.
There's actually Secret Life of Pets 2, which is actually written by a guy named Brian
Brian
Lynch. His kid is the one who plays the kid in the movie,
Right.
and some of the lines are actually recorded on an iPhone because he said this
Wow.
on a Facebook Live thing in a closet.
Yeah, I heard
and they were
that.
like, "Yeah, that's in the movie."
That's cool.
It was like, and he recorded it like 2 years ago. So his kid, he had to go back in to do some more lines, and he had to like pretend to be younger
Oh,
because
man.
his original lines were recorded years ago.
Right, the voice changed a
Yeah.
little bit. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm a Brian Lynch fan. I like all his movies. I'm a dad. I've got my kids are obsessed with Minions and Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah, and when I think I met him in '97 when he was doing craft services on Chasing Amy. He went from
That's so awesome.
serving the crew cheap food and Twizzlers.
He keeps hyping
And
up
now-
this Muppet script that I just want to read so much because
Yeah.
that's how he got famous.
Yeah,
I need to read it.
I want to
And
read
it-
it.
To read that.
And it never got made, so we probably won't.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
told
he's
me
got the clout now. Probably could get it made.
he told me the one big note that Henson or whoever was like, "Hey, we need there needs to be you don't have enough Peppy Prawn in here. We need more Peppy Prawn." It's like, yeah, Peppy Prawn's gonna be huge, so we need more Peppy Prawns. Like, all right, but they never made it.
He could release it as a book, making it exclusive, sign every copy, and mail them out.
Yeah,
or do
People
a
pay money
do a
for that.
comic book.
yeah,
Turn into a comic book.
yeah. But
graphic
that would be
novel.
really cool.
Yeah.
yeah, but he's a guy. When I knew him, he would just wake up and write. Him and Kevin, they wake up and they just sit there. Sometimes they just write for 14 hours a day.
Man,
So
I've been working on I'm writing a comic book series, and I've been working on it for years, and I've got an issue and a half done.
yeah, that's where their talent is. Like they truly love writing. Where I hate it. I
Yeah.
can't.
I love writing, but finding the time and the motivation, so I'll get in the mood. I'll write for 3 nights. Every
Yeah.
night I'll write for like 2 hours a night for 3 nights in a row, and then I just won't feel like doing it for a month or
Burn
2
out.
months.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and write a page or two. And
Yeah, Kevin just wakes up, smokes weed, and he's just off and running. And some of it gets really weird, which is where you get Tusk.
That's my
and
favorite.
yoga hosers from.
I love it.
But yeah, they truly love it. I was like, dang it, I wish. I mean, that's their talent though. That's what they were born to do.
Yeah.
I'd rather do this like podcast.
I love doing this. Like, it's just so much fun. Just talking to my friends.
Well,
And-
that's all it is you're just talking to your friends all
Yeah.
day. It's
and
great.
just happens to be recorded.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like my friends are pretty funny, so everybody else is gonna think they're funny too.
What was your
Yeah.
comic book about, if you don't mind me asking?
It's it's hard to explain. It came to me in a dream when I worked in Nevada. I had this dream that I was driving on a mountain pass, so we drove these Jeeps, and I was up on this mountain pass going to one of my sites, and suddenly there's a guy in the road, and I swerved to miss him, and I rolled the Jeep, and I woke up in a cell, and this guy comes in and tells me that they're basically trying to recruit me for this team. So it's basically I took that, and the story is about this guy that happens to him, and the team that he's being recruited to is called the Redeemers. They're basically imagine the world is created by God, right? But God has brothers and sisters that have their own places that they've created, but
Right.
theirs were not as successful as us. So they're jealous, and they manifest themselves in our world as like they have to attach on something real, like a squid, and then it turns into a giant squid and attacks a Japanese fishing village, stuff like that.
That's cool.
And this team it's like a military team that doesn't exist that has to go and fight these. And
These creatures, I like that. It's very different. I dig it.
Is this based on anything? Did you roll your car and it's like, hey?
No, so my little brother was killed in Afghanistan. He was in the army, and in my dream, he was on this team. So it was like a subconscious thing. Like I think of it as my brain telling me that he's not really dead. He's off fighting some secret mission.
Yeah.
That's what it is. In the story, the main character he ends up joining the crew because his brother walks in that he thought had died.
Your brother's Michael Knight from Knight Rider?
Right.
That's so cool.
So and
But
I'll
that's
finish
awesome,
it.
though.
Eventually, I'll finish it, and
Someday.
Yeah, it's a good way to preserve his memory for sure. Though.
Right.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Does it have a name?
I
Or did you
think
say
I'm going with the Redeemers.
The Redeemers? I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, sorry. I changed it to Destroying Gods.
Okay, I like that too. You can't go wrong with either of them. So.
Yeah, both.
Send us links. I want to
Yeah,
see it
whenever
when it's
I-
done.
Oh yeah, when you're done, dude, send up.
I'll send you the first issue.
Well,
I've
send
got
up
it
copies
written.
to the store. We
Yeah.
we have a whole indie section where anyone can send up their indie comics, and whatever sells,
Awesome.
we send back the money.
That would be cool.
But even more valuable, you'd be like, we are ST. Yeah, that's sold at Jane Silent Bob's Secret
Right.
Stash.
Yeah, I've been working with Jay Linder. He's done a bunch of comics, or he's got his latest one's called Duster. He did with Micah Wright. It's about a female pilot, female like crop dusting pilot.
Yeah.
At the end of World War II, the Germans like invade this town in Kansas, and she has to fight them off. It's pretty cool.
That sounds like that would make an excellent movie.
Right?
Like,
The graphic novel is insane. It's so good. I mean, it's very. It would work today because it's a strong female lead that's fighting off Nazis. Like, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. But he's given me a lot of notes. I've been sending him my stuff, and he'll send it back to me with notes so I can make changes and whatnot. And he's got somebody worked out for me that I can contact when I'm ready to start doing the art. And I'm excited. I've got to finish it. Maybe this is talking about it now. I'm feeling the motivation. We've got to fly home and just start writing again.
Yeah, then you get that call. It's like, sir, we read your comic.
want to turn it into a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like to turn it into a movie?
Listen here there, Shani. Would you like you to sign on the dotted line?
Right.
Would
I
you
could
like to
use
make
that
you a
check.
big motion picture?
Yeah, it's got the big bag with the $sign written on it.
Yeah, but then you'd
Sign-
be selling out.
Sign
No
the
longer
rich and
be
famous
indie.
I'm
contract.
fine with selling out. I will sell out, Tom.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't blame you. If anybody's listening to this, I am for sale. So I'm 100% for sale.
My bathwater, toenail clippings,
anything.
whatever you need,
Anything.
just
Come on.
doesn't matter.
Yep.
I'm for sale.
Yeah, yeah. I want the Ming, the Ming Chen ice cream.
Yep.
Is that a thing?
No,
Oh, okay.
not yet.
I would buy it.
That'd be cool.
Not yet. The Ming Chen laundry detergent. The Ming
That's
Chen,
you need that.
Yeah.
Everybody needs.
like anything they put Star Wars on. The Ming Chen toothpaste. Everything. I want.
Lunchboxes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
With
That'd
the
be fine.
thermos,
Yeah,
balloon for the kids.
yeah. It's got to be a metal lunchbox, but yes.
Yes.
No plastic.
No,
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 garbage out
plastic
here.
crap. No,
No.
way, man. Ew.
None of this plastic BS.
No.
No, absolutely not. So, yeah, right on. We'll keep writing, man.
Yeah. Are you working on anything? You're just doing the con stuff and the podcasting?
Cons on the weekends and this on the weekdays. Yeah. So yeah, this has been keeping me pretty busy.
That's
So,
awesome. You guys do it 24/7?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Basically.
mean, yeah, we haven't had that guy. It's like, hey, can I come in at 3 a.m. yet? But we will get that one day.
Oh, I would love to do that. I would love to do a 3 a.m.
Yeah.
podcast.
I've recorded at 3 a.m.
Well, yeah.
But at my house.
Yeah.
I would feel horrible, like, talking to a business, be like, so, yeah, 3 a.m.
No.
I'm a bit of a night owl.
We
so it's all
no,
good.
we'd be proud. We'd advertise that, but we've had someone come in at 7 a.m. and as late as midnight. So that's
Wow.
yeah.
I rescheduled this 3 times yesterday. So
Oh, okay. Hey, whatever.
we kept changing
Yeah,
plans, trying to work out when the best time because we're driving all over the place.
No,
and-
my thing is, I don't know when you're available, so we work around your schedule. I'm pretty much around most of
cool.
the time. So if not, we'll find somebody that can be here. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So welcome.
Thanks. So, are you in Reboot?
Yes. So I'll tell you a good story actually. So I think Kevin texted. I was like, hey, I want you guys, all 4 of you, to come down to shoot for one day. I wrote a couple lines for you guys. I'm
Y'all
like,
drove down.
That's cool. So Walt Flanagan from Comic Book Man, also the manager of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, he doesn't fly. He hasn't flown since, I think, Mallrats. I think
That's so
1995. Or no, it was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I think Kevin made him fly out, but he wouldn't fly back, so he took a train back, which took about 4 days.
Man.
And this is before this is before the days of any Wi-Fi on trains. I think he was lamenting because when he was going back, the Super Bowl was on. He's a big sports fan.
Yeah.
So he couldn't even watch the Super Bowl. He said every so often the train conductor would be like, and and the Broncos are up 7-0 for anybody who cares. And that's how he was getting Super Bowl scores. He said he was miserable. The only thing he had with him, he had brought The Watchmen. And he was
Just read it over and over.
yeah, and I
again.
don't know if you guys have read The Watchmen, but when he read it, he skipped out past all the parts about the pirates and the boats and stuff. But he was so bored, he read those parts, and that's all he had to do was on the train. There's no no Wi-Fi, no iPods, so he couldn't even listen to music. So he just said he was miserable, and he doesn't drink, so the alcohol didn't make it go any faster.
Bored as hell
Yeah.
on the train.
Yeah, so he was kind of like, well, I'll never do that again. So for New Orleans, we had to drive down to New Orleans from Jersey. So if you don't stop, it's about a 20-hour trip, one way.
It's rough.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, well, he was gonna go drive down himself. Like, nah, we'll go with you. A nice, kind of fun road trip, and it was fun. Later I found out that the 3 of us did have the option to fly down.
I heard that recently too.
Yeah, they would have paid for the flight, but Brian Johnson was like, you know what? Tell those guys that they have to drive down, and tell them that the flight is not an option. That the production budget, prohibits expensive flights, and we're all going to drive down.
What a dick.
Yeah, but however, had those 2
Made
chosen
it
to
fun.
drove, and I would have been like, dude, I want to drive down too. Like, I know stories are going to happen.
Oh yeah.
Would have been a fun road trip. So, yeah, my only surprise was I thought Walt, being miserable on long trips, I thought, all right, we'll take shifts and we'll just do it all in one shot. But no, those guys wanted to stop. We kept stopping at Chick-fil-A's, and they wanted to stop in Knoxville at a hotel and break the trip up. I'm like, really? They're like, no, we're tired. We want to stop. I'm like, man, I could do this. We could blaze through. Like, no, let's stop at a hotel.
20 hours is not that bad for a drive.
That's what I thought, especially between the 4 of us.
Yeah.
But no, they were like, hey, we want to stop. So, and then I'm a guy who always was like, ooh, the big world's largest ball of twine.
Right.
Yeah, let's go do
Got
that.
it. You have to stop and see
You have to
that.
stop that.
I thought for sure they wouldn't want to stop at like weird attractions, but no, they did. They
Nice.
did. Yeah, well, I mean, their Patreon had changed everything. It's like, hey, we'll shoot this. We'll
Yeah.
charge people to see it via Patreon. I'm like,
content.
okay. Yeah. So we stopped at a flea market in Sweetwater, Tennessee. We stopped at an abandoned insane asylum. We tried to find, there's this place in Alabama where they buy up all the unclaimed luggage, and then you can go.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
you can get
yeah.
stuff for really cheap.
Yeah, and you can go and shop there because they just put all that, anything sellable.
It's like the best
Hell,
flea
a good
market.
business idea.
Yeah. So we did that. So it took us far longer than 20 hours to get down there, and far longer than that to get back. So we were in New Orleans for about 40 hours total, and I think drive time was closer to 50, 55
Wow.
when all was said and done. But long story short, yes, we did go down and shoot for a day. It was fun.
And I wanted to show you this. I wanted to ask if you've seen this.
Okay. Yeah, and it was cool. We shot in New Orleans. It basically took a day. met some cool. There's some celebrity cameos, so we got to meet a couple cool people. I won't spoil it for anybody.
Yeah, no, I don't want any spoilers.
Yeah, no.
But that was cool. And then the day we were there were a lot of extras there too, so we got to meet a lot of people there. So yeah, it was. I love being on Kevin's sets.
Did you ever see that doll?
I did not see that doll. Did you? Do you have anything to do with that doll?
My friend made that doll, and I mentioned it earlier. I don't know exactly how he got it.
Yeah.
But it's got its own Twitter now.
Oh,
and
cool.
On the Twitter, it mentions it's ready for his close-up.
Yeah.
In Reboot, so we're hoping to see it in the movie.
Okay. It's a good chance.
And
For anyone who can't see it, it's a Kevin Smith doll, but it's a thin Kevin Smith.
right.
With he's been wearing a purple jacket, like
a
purple
hand-sewn-
blazer. This purple blazer.
It's a knitted doll, completely knitted by
wow,
hand.
that's a pretty amazing.
So you can see it in the background of.
For anybody listening, just try to imagine
cool.
this in your head.
Yeah, a knit doll, Kevin Smith backwards hat.
So you can see it.
Post it on the
in
website.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Is this
there's
one of
pictures
the
on the site.
Sam Bob Speaks? Oh yeah, okay. So it's in his house.
Yeah.
It's in his house.
She's so excited.
That's awesome.
Like I said earlier, if it's not up there, I mean, it's not up there right now. as
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly where this is. It's in his house on the on the fourth floor. He's got this gigantic bar, and yeah, that's I've eaten In-N-Out Burger on that bar. But
That's awesome.
In the back, that's cool.
Yeah, so they will be for sale on don'twakethekids.com.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I'll get them up there.
And yeah, Kevin gets a lot of stuff. Most of it, most of it doesn't see the light of day. But
Right.
That's, that's a big,
So it's really cool.
it's a big honor. That's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm really excited for her. I know she geeked out hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To be fair, I think anyone would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they've made the trip up here. They've made it to the Quick Stop and the Stash.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They're big fans too. That's why she made it. And yeah.
Yeah, your first time at the Quick Stop.
Yeah.
What was
It's
What was your impressions?
It was bigger on the inside than I expected.
Oh, really? So, I got in there. I was like,
smaller.
well, this is it. I
Yeah.
thought it was
You
small.
said
No,
it was,
it-
you said
oh,
it was
wait.
smaller.
Small in real life or bigger in real life?
No, I thought it was big. It's bigger in real life than I thought it was going to be.
Really, it's in the movie. It looks gigantic because you know,
See,
they
and that's
just
what
used-
the angles
My
and
friend
stuff.
Jacob said the
Angles.
same thing,
Yeah.
but I thought it looked smaller in the movie.
Okay.
Also, like I've seen pictures, you know, and all that where RST's on the right, but for some reason, for the longest time, I thought it was on the left.
Ah, okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and for some reason they took down the sign. So the last time I was there, anyway, so you can see it kind of peeking out.
Yeah,
in
it's
the,
kind
in
of
the video?
It's fallen
the
down.
window,
Yeah.
and I
Let
think.
me tell you, the recreation that they did for Reboot is actually on point from what I've seen.
Oh,
those
I saw the
set
pictures, yeah.
It's exact.
It's almost exact. It's kind of scary. It's
That's
like,
awesome.
oh no, don't recreate Jersey and Louisiana, but it's still really cool. It was still really cool to see.
I bet it's. No, I won't say that. I hate Louisiana so much.
Why?
Oh,
Are you allowed to reveal?
hot take here.
My ex-wife's family's from down there, so I was down there.
okay.
I spent a lot of time down there, and every time I was there, it was just miserable. And
Okay.
It smells bad, and I just didn't like it.
Okay, I mean, most people don't only see New Orleans, so
Right.
they don't see like Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
or,
I mean, I've been to New Orleans, but I've also been. I don't even know that like the tiniest towns,
Yeah.
population like 500 people. Like it's not my. Not
been in
my,
Bayou
not my
country?
type of folk down there.
Sure. I can imagine maybe they're not as open as they are, say, where
Yeah.
we've been.
Oh, they're worse than where I live. It's not that open, but it's worse there. So. No, I also expected there to be more like Clerks related stuff that you could buy at Quick Stop.
Yeah, I think they have like a lighter and
it's like you can get a shirt,
yeah, there's a couple other
but
things.
they're missing out on some money because
They are. Yeah, they could totally just merchandise the
Yeah.
whole place. But I think
But it's kind of cool that they don't. Like
it is.
It's
it
a
is.
local stop.
When we were
still.
there, we were the only fans. Everybody else is just people going in there
Yeah.
to get a pack of smokes or whatever.
Yeah.
Pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and that as in the past, I don't know so much anymore. But anytime I go in there, there'd be kids hanging out outside. Like, hey man, can you get me some cigarettes? I'm like, no. But it's it's very true to the movie though.
That's funny.
Very true to the movie.
Well, I think that's one of the things the movie nailed is like the whole culture
Yeah.
and atmosphere of just I mean, I'm not from Jersey, but like
Series
I-
going off in my pocket.
awesome. I've been here enough to like experience it and stuff, and it's pretty true to life. I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh yeah,
That's why the movie works so well, just
Yeah.
because it's. But it makes it hard to explain it to people because what do you tell them Clerks is really about?
right.
you know.
About a couple of guys in a convenience store. I was like, wow, that sounds riveting.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you don't get it.
And it's in black and white.
Yes, to boot.
So,
Yeah, and there's no way you know in it.
Yeah.
There's no actors
Yeah.
you know in it. Yeah. So yeah, when it came out in '94, you had a choice of either seeing Clerks or like Stargate, or
Right.
even if you want to go even way further back, you had Star Wars, where
Yeah.
people with laser swords and the Death Star, or you have a couple guys in a convenience store. And on paper, it's like, well, I'm gonna watch Star Wars, but,
Right.
Yeah.
It's the conversation. I mean, that's the
Yep.
movie. It's the conversation.
Yeah.
That's what makes it.
well, that's yeah. I mean, that's how the movie got big. I mean, because 94, 95, that's you don't have Netflix, you don't have
Nope.
you don't really have the internet,
Yeah.
you don't really have anything. And this movie just became like,
One of my dad's favorite movies, like genuinely. He had it on VHS.
Yeah.
I think Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, for any format he could get his hands on. When DVD came around, one of the first things he got,
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
with Dogma.
yeah,
But
I was really
Ugh.
bummed out when we went to the stash and I couldn't get Dogma on DVD.
It's out
I
of
can't
print.
find it.
It's out of print.
I know.
Yeah, if you
Like
yeah.
I don't want to pay $200 for a DVD.
you could
on
literally
eBay.
find it on YouTube. Like
Really?
the
I
whole
have
movie.
it digital that I pirated in like 2005.
Yeah.
Like that.
Doesn't he not care either? Where it's like he just wants it seen, or is it
Who's that,
just
Kevin?
like yeah?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, and I think the problem is it's owned by the Weinsteins.
Yeah.
And they're not, they're
Yeah.
they're not doing so well right,
Right.
now. So they're not really, they can't.
They
really,
could benefit from selling.
yeah.
it
I
back
think
to
that'd be
them.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they could actually.
Yeah.
It could happen.
No, and if you think about Clerks, the conversation, like just the writing in general, it's not a surprise that Kevin has gone really into podcasting heavy, because that's what it is. It's two friends talking about shit that they like.
Yeah.
And it's basically podcasting in a movie form without a microphone.
Right.
Like, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. I just put that together as we were sitting here.
I was actually about to say that exact same thing.
That's funny.
That's why that movie works. Is just how casual it is, and
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've heard it put that way. It's a podcast and movie form, which it pretty much is.
basically, yeah.
I like it.
When you see him in LA for Hollywood Babylon, you should mention that.
I
too.
will.
Yeah.
I will. Man, I was also really hoping he's got those, like the doob tubes that he's giving away now.
Right.
I was really hoping that some of them had made it to the stash
Oh
by
yeah, I
now.
know. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I guess I didn't even know that. I guess he went on Facebook Live and
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey, I have this weird giveaway I want to do." So Kevin smokes a lot of weed, and I guess he's been buying pre-rolls, and they
Right.
come in these little plastic tubes. That's the packaging. And for whatever reason, he's kept all the tubes. He's thrown them in a box. Like, hey, I want to give these away. So if you send a self-addressed stamp envelope to, I guess, the store,
Yeah.
he's gonna sign them all, and then we're gonna mail back a doob tube signed by Kevin Smith.
I should have just brought an envelope and left it there.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
think
I
about
guess
it.
he hasn't finished signing them yet. But Mike was the one that broke this news to me because I didn't see his Facebook Live, and I'm like, so who's in charge of sending them all back? He's like, you're looking at him. I was like, oh man, sorry, bro. Sorry, dude. It's yeah,
That's hilarious.
So, and he's like, no, I'll just take 15 minutes out of each day and fulfill all these envelopes. I'm like, I think it's gonna be a lot more than 15 minutes, man.
Yeah, no, because in the live he showed there's like a bucket. It was like 50 something
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Which he did give a bunch away at the last Hollywood Babylon
Oh, yeah,
recording.
yeah.
So
I felt bad for Mike.
Yeah.
It's just he wakes up. He's got it's like I gotta do what today?
I was
today for the next month, bro. You're gonna be filling out envelopes, then finding dropping them off at the post office.
yeah. I was actually surprised to see him today. I honestly didn't think he still worked at the store.
Oh, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's there every day except Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's been a good trip.
Yeah. See Walt too? Was Walt?
No, he wasn't.
No.
He
Oh,
wasn't
really?
around.
The heck is he doing? All right.
no idea.
All right. Crazy. I you saw Get Him. I think.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
What is? Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, he was there.
I was like, what day is it? I don't
You
even
know,
know.
I listened to Tell Him Steve Dave,
Yeah.
and they talk about him like he's a lot bigger than he is. I
Like
I just
stature-wise,
imagined
or...
him to be a lot fatter and taller.
Oh, well, I think it's all relative. When we met him, he looked like he was 98 pounds. He
Really?
Yeah, but so he's he's gained a couple pounds.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a lot bigger than that, but he was a lot smaller than I expected.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're like picturing like Homer Simpson when he was the Moo Moo episode.
Yeah, yeah. And when I I turned around and he was like walking towards me. I was like, oh, he's a lot smaller.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that then.
I didn't say that to him. Maybe I
was
should
like,
have.
wow, you're less fat than you are in real life than we thought you were.
You're a lot skinnier than you sound.
Right.
Thank you.
That's pretty
Thanks, I
funny.
guess.
That's pretty funny. Did you wander around Red Bank at all?
No.
Oh,
we
really?
literally
Okay.
we went to the quick stop. We went to the stash and we got McDonald's and came here.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
It's kind of rainy and whatever out. So.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I haven't been outside yet, so I'm stuck in here with no sunlight.
We have
so.
so it's 7 now. We have a 2-hour drive back.
Yeah, like 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Oh, it's not bad
30,
to
something.
Connecticut.
No.
That's cool. I guess some dude's throwing a con in, I think, New Haven. He wants me to come out. It's called the Lock City Comic Con or something like that. It's a It's a little 1-day show.
Yeah.
I'm debating whether or not
It's worth it.
I should go or not. I mean, it's worth it just to go to eat pizza in New Haven.
So I took him.
Where did you take him?
So I hyped up my favorite place, which is Modern.
Yeah, Modern Pizza is very good.
That's my favorite of all time. Like if I could eat one thing for the rest of my life, it would be a bacon pizza from Modern.
Yeah.
I took him there. Took him with my girlfriend, and they were both disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Domino's better.
Oh my god, really?
That hurt.
That hurts, man.
That hurt.
Yeah,
I was in Chicago, the pizza in Chicago was better than that.
Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have New York tomorrow, so.
Oh, that's. I mean, you can't beat East Coast pizza.
No,
but,
that's true.
So, I mean, obviously Domino's is horrible.
It's
not
delivered
pizza.
to your house. It's hot and ready. The crust isn't burnt. I like it.
It's what stoners
But
eat.
if I could eat one thing for the rest of my life, it would be Vietnamese pho.
Oh, dude, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Every day for the rest of my life, I'm totally fine with it. With some spring rolls, man. That's.
I'd eat the spring rolls.
You wouldn't eat
I'd
you're
eat the
allergic
summer
to
rolls.
shrimp, so you couldn't eat the ones that I eat.
I'd eat the summer rolls that don't have shrimp. But
Yeah, on my bucket list is to have pho in Vietnam.
oh yeah.
I had it in Japan and it was so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like water with noodles.
Oh,
it was.
you would think they
it
would
was
know
horrible.
better.
You would think.
They're so close.
I can throw a
Wow.
rock and hit Japan or hit Vietnam, but I can't get good pho.
Wow, that's crazy. So,
But
yeah.
the ramen was great.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's also on my list to eat ramen in Japan. Yeah.
You definitely should. And you have to go to Coco's.
Coco's.
Coco Ichibanya. It's
In
Japanese curry.
Tokyo?
I'm sure there's one in Tokyo.
Okay.
I was in Okinawa.
Oh, all right. Karate Kid Part 2. Okay.
Yeah. You should go to Okinawa. It's like the Hawaii of Japan. It's amazing.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Modern, great place.
Modern's my favorite.
Sally's, great place. Frank Pepe's, also
Yeah.
a great place. I keep telling people the best pizza in the world is not in New York or New Jersey, but it's in Connecticut. No one will listen, but I know Frank is franchise or not franchise, but they've they're it's a local
couple of
chain.
them
There's a
now.
couple, and
Yeah.
so now the one I usually go to just because I'm there there's a convention there every year, but the one at the Mohegan Sun.
Okay, yeah.
And they took me back there. They showed me the ovens. Like, holy crap, that's some hot ovens, man. Which makes for good
It's
pizza.
700 degrees.
Yeah, it's good.
Makes for a burnt pizza.
That's the whole point. It's charred.
No.
It's charred. It's not burnt. It's
you know,
charred.
I would have been okay with the burnt crust if the crust under the toppings was crispy, but it wasn't. It was kind of chewy.
Okay.
And I like thin, crispy crust.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fair enough.
Tom wants to punch me right now. He's fuming.
I am.
And,
Why don't we go back to Clerks? Let's all be unified.
and I love Chicago deep dish. I was at
yeah.
a con recently, and I was sitting at my table, and I was like, I wonder if I could get a pizza delivered right here to my table. And sure enough, I did.
That's
I got
awesome.
Giordano's pizza delivered to the
pretty
con.
I worked
awesome,
for Redbox, and they brought us Giordano's for lunch one day.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Although people who disagree with the Chicago deep dish, they call it pizza casserole.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
and
that's
I
what it
agree
is.
with that. It is
But it's
more of
good,
a
man. I
casserole.
don't
It's
care.
so good. And I got yelled at because I went to pick it up and take a bite out of it. They're like, no, use a fork, you
Yeah,
monster.
what are you
I'm
doing?
like,
Yeah.
what?
Versus if you use a fork on like New York pizza or New Haven pizza, you're
Yeah.
gonna be.
Yeah, you're getting made fun of.
Yeah.
I watched your girlfriend eat hers with a fork, and you didn't say a word.
Yeah, well, that's fine. Well, I'm not gonna say anything to
Hey,
that.
you want to get some asset?
Yeah, right.
Dude. You don't like,
I can't say anything.
Yeah, come on, man.
What are you doing? You're killing me.
I actually used the fork a couple times because the crust wasn't crunchy enough, and it was too floppy.
When it's well, I mean, when it comes out of the oven and like the cheese sometimes is like still boiling, your options are either wait a couple minutes or
Oh, and I couldn't wait.
Well, that's
Yeah,
we were
no
so
one
we were
would.
starving.
Yeah. Yeah. And then New Haven's got this place where they claim they invented the hamburger.
Yeah, Louis Lunch.
Louis Lunch, and every time I try to go, they shut down for the whole month of August.
Yeah.
So I always try to go I'm only there in August. And I'm like, dang it.
That's the place we were saying they won't put toppings on it other than I think it's like lettuce, tomato, ketchup,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
You can't ask for anything else.
I think the only option is cheese. You can get cheese, right?
That's not worth my money.
I don't remember. I think you can get cheese on
Okay.
it. Yeah. And it's not a bun. It's served like on a bread basically.
toast.
It's like you can say you invented the pizza, but if you don't put cheese on it, fuck you. I'm not going there. You're not getting my money.
You invented the burger but put bread on it? Yeah, no. You're not getting my money. Sorry.
It's the whole, history behind it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to eat history. I want to eat delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. That place is like whatever.
It's been there for 100 years,
Yeah.
and they use this weird contraption to make the hamburgers. So, but
Yeah,
it's
not,
like a steamer.
It's like,
It's
like going
steam-
to a Krispy Kreme. You watch them through the window.
yeah, it's kind of like sort of.
You walk into our restaurant, you step back in time. No.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's one place where it's not worth it, honestly. They steam that's what they do. That's how they cook. Is there's a couple places in Connecticut
Wait, they
that
steam the-
they steam the burgers, which is another thing I don't enjoy.
yeah, I
it
want
doesn't
that.
sound
I want it
good.
fried, man. But I get
it's
it.
not great. There's another famous place in Connecticut that does steam burgers called Ted's, in Middletown, I think. Yeah, Middletown, and yeah, not great. Steamed is just people. That's another thing. People hype it up as like, oh, you gotta
Sounds
have a steamed
messy.
burger. No, it's juicier, but it just tastes weird. It doesn't taste right.
I need charring on my burgers.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's
Charring
Yeah.
on the
yeah.
outside and pink on the inside.
Exactly.
Flavor Town, man.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And then I've eaten hot dogs in Connecticut. There's a place called Doogie's. I don't know if you heard of it. They sell like a 2.5 foot long
That
hot
sounds
dog,
amazing.
and it's a really good dog.
I haven't been there. I've been there's a couple famous places. A place called Blackie's that's really good. Their hot dogs are like $2 or what is it? It's like stupid cheap for their hot dogs. Oh, what's the other one? Super Duper Weenie is another one.
Yeah, I've been to Super Duper Weenie. And then there's Raleigh's, and it's Martha Stewart's favorite place.
Oh.
Good place. Anyways.
If Martha Stewart said
Yeah,
it's good.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And this has been Connecticut Kitchen Corner.
That's right. That's right. Anytime you're going down I-95, these are the places you need to stop
I mean, like
at.
that's what
I need a Snoop Dogg approval now.
yeah. I don't know if he's ever been to those places.
Probably the dispensaries or local places or anything like that.
Well, I mean, we have medical.
Okay. No.
We don't quite have the legal.
Oh, it's not
recreational-
quite legal yet?
No, it's
Okay.
decriminalized. It's medical, but it's not. You got to go up to Massachusetts if you want to get the recreational stuff, which is that's what we're talking about. We did yesterday.
You went to Massachusetts to get weed?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We went to Boston, went to straight to the dispensary.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fun.
we went to Brookline, Mass, which is just outside of Boston.
Yeah.
It's like a couple miles. And then they made a dispensary out of an old bank. So you go
Yep.
in, and the tellers are like where you get the weed and
Nice.
stuff. So it was a lot of fun. We
Yeah.
wanted to do that first. So we did that. Got a little high before, and then walked around Boston for,
That's a good way to
Sounds like a
stomach.
nice day trip.
It was very nice.
Good way to stomach Bostonians.
Yeah, good. We didn't have too many encounters, thankfully.
Right.
We were packed on the T, which kind of sucked. 'cause
Sure.
It was really packed.
That's the whole
That-
experience. You got to ride the team.
that wasn't even that bad.
The train there, public transportation.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Do you care if I live on my podcast page for a minute?
No, not at all.
sit
Don't
down.
wake the kids, yo.
Nobody's watching.
Oh,
So
well,
they'll rewatch. They'll
gotta give
rewatch.
'em a- you gotta give 'em a
We've done some
little
live
bit.
streams with.
Yeah.
We did like 3 hours in the car the other day.
oh, cool. Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
we drove to Johnson City, New York, just near Binghamton.
Why on pray tell did you go to
We went to
Johnson
see
City?
a band play.
Oh, okay.
And
all right.
it was like a little do-it-yourself like punk club.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was
Yeah.
fun. So we did 3 hours live there. I did 15 minutes live on the beach.
Yep.
Total, while live, I think I had a max of 20 people.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, no,
but
it's not bad at all.
They've been getting a lot of rewatches.
Sure.
So I just
Well, it's
figured
like Netflix. You don't
the last
watch it
few
live.
minutes-
You
yeah.
watch it later.
Right.
When it's convenient.
It's funny. I love when people rewatch and then they comment thinking they're watching live. So
Right.
I'll get the notification.
Yeah, I was
They're
like,
asking
"Hi!"
a question.
It's like my
I was like,
mom, like, hi,
Yeah.
Ming." I'm like,
Yeah.
Mom, it's not live. I didn't see this.
Right.
My great uncle does that sometimes because he's friends with me on Facebook. but he doesn't understand Facebook. So I'll post like an old live video, and he'll comment on it
As
like
if it's
weeks
live.
later and be like,
Right.
"Hi, Christian."
It's like this isn't happening right now, but okay, hi,
Yeah,
hi
cool,
back,
cool.
yeah, for sure.
And then I'll get on there and comment like, "Sorry, I didn't see your comment because we aren't live."
We are no longer.
What do you have anything else planned, or is this near the tail end?
This is we're staying in New York tomorrow night.
Okay.
So we're going to get up early, take the train to New York tomorrow, stay the night, then hang out all day.
Yeah.
And then come back and then get up early Sunday.
Yeah.
So I can go to the airport.
Oh wow, all right, that's a hell of a trip though. Congratulations.
It's been 10 days. It's been a lot of fun.
Sure.
Got
Yeah.
a lot done.
Sure, but I work with a bunch of guys who like never leave their house, so or reluctantly.
That's
leave
my
their house.
normal life.
Yeah.
This is the first vacation I've had in a very long time.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you're
miss my
doing-
kids though.
Oh sure.
You're a dad, right?
Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have two.
Two?
Yeah,
Boys,
I have a,
girls?
14-year-old girl, 11-year-old boy. So on
Wow.
the weekends, I'm out. I don't see anybody. I see them during the week.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's tough. But they're kind of at the age where like they're like, "You're home? Like, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, I don't have a con this weekend.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like,
I
get
live
some-
here.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like let's go get some ice cream then. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It's fun.
And mine are young, so 6, 3, and 1 in my house. So they take a lot of my time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, enjoy it. It goes quick. So
Right.
I mean, everyone says that, but it does. It does for sure.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's kind of why I like doing this when they get older. If they want,
just
there's
listen
like
back.
it's like 8 million
Yeah.
hours of me talking about
Right.
the stupid.
If something
things I
happens
did.
to me, my kids will get to know me, the real me, not the me they know right now.
Yeah,
And
so
I actually had my daughter. I recorded an episode with her when she was like 4.
yeah, smart.
and it's nonsense because it's a 4-year-old.
Sure, but it's
but
memories,
it's adorable
man.
and
Yeah,
But fun.
we'll have that forever.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah, but I did it with my mom recently, which
Nice.
turned out pretty well. It's
That's
on,
cool.
it's out publicly right now, and so the next one I do with my dad, and then the one after that I do it with both of them. While I can, I don't know like a ton about them.
Did you do it on SL Comics or is it another
It's
podcast?
on the Ming and Mike Show podcast feed.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
I
episode
didn't know about that one.
100 actually.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, on your drive, your long drive back on when
And
stuck in traffic.
I've got a flight. I'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
in the airport.
Yeah. It's pretty good. But this is all prompted. I think Mike had seen some German commercial. He watches a lot of weird YouTube where some dude was recording stuff with his kid. He's like, "Wait, we should do this at the studio." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We should market this toward like parents to leave for their kids." So I'm like, "What? You record something?" I was like, "Hi, if you found this, I'm dead." He's like, "No. Like, record one with your parents, preserve your memory." He's like, "That's a good
That
idea."
is
So I did
cool.
one with my mom, and I was like, "Yeah, this actually worked out pretty well." But I've already beaten that to the punch. And so my kids can pull up any number of podcasts and learn
Yeah.
all this stuff. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool if I was digging around in a box and I found out my dad had a radio show in
Right.
the 70s and he never told me.
Man, that
but
would
they
be
were
awesome.
recordings. And I was like, holy crap, I'm gonna listen to this. Yeah.
No, I feel you. I still discover stuff sometimes where I'm still finding things. My dad was a musician back in the day, so I'm always like unearthing either new songs
Holy
or just
crap, really?
Wow.
That's
or
cool.
just new shit
Yeah.
in general. Like I recently just found out my dad had a song on an X-Files soundtrack that I didn't
Wow.
know
Oh,
about.
that's
The
sick.
TV show or the movie?
The I think the movie.
The Fight the Future? Or?
Yeah,
That's
my
crazy.
dad was in a group called PM Dawn.
Yeah.
And the song was If You Never Say Goodbye. I'd never heard
Holy,
it.
really?
And then I find the song and I'm like, what is this? This sounds awesome. Excuse me? But yeah, I'm always finding cool stuff like that. I would give so much to be able to podcast with my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Could you imagine how cool that would have been?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I mean, you got you've got recordings though.
Oh
which is
yeah,
kinda cool.
Yeah,
but
that's
that
cool.
would've been
That's
cool.
cool. We have all
But
the
I hear you,
stems
though,
and masters and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I hear
like,
you though. To actually interview him though. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so,
that would have been
Yeah.
epic.
yeah.
But who's your dream interview? If you
Oh
could
yeah,
interview
Kevin.
anybody.
I imagine is one of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't really do interviews.
If you
It's-
were to.
but just recorded conversations, yeah, I would. Whenever I can do one with Kevin, then that's when I retire. Like I'm done. I'm fine. I'm happy.
Well,
It's
this
good.
is the series finale. It doesn't get. It peaked with Ming. It's gonna get. It's just,
This is awesome. Yeah, other than him, maybe. See, I'm gonna be doing one with
Neil
Corey
Breen.
Brandon of Norma Jean. Yeah,
Okay.
Neil Breen would be. Do you know who Neil Breen is?
No.
The filmmaker?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yes.
yo.
I interviewed
my
one of his
God.
actresses from his movie Pass Through, and it was interesting.
Neil Breen makes Tommy Wiseau look normal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
He
pretty
makes him look
whacked out
like
then.
he makes him look like a very skilled filmmaker and very normal.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Christian, my friend Jacob, he's commented on the live. He said, "PM Don set adrift on memory bliss."
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's, one
that's
of
my
the,
pop.
Yeah.
That's my dad. But yeah, that's kind of bugged out.
Claudio Sanchez from Code and Cambria. That would be another one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be doing one in the next couple months with Corey Brandon of Norma Jean.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
you
cool.
you missed one of the dudes from Blink 182 was in 3 days ago.
I saw that. I
Yeah.
saw that on his Instagram.
Yeah, like I don't know what he looks like, and Mike and Walt certainly don't know what he looks like. But a bunch of my friends who are big Blink fans are like, "Oh my God, he was in the store. Did you see him?" I was like, "I was flying back from Ohio, man. I didn't see him, but that's pretty cool."
I'm a Matt Skiba fan who's now in Blink 182.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge Blink 182 fan. I've liked them here
Yeah,
and there,
sure, but I'm
now
not,
that Matt
yeah.
Skiba's in the band, I like them.
All right, cool. Yeah. It's for me. There's like, all right, this is they're skilled, and this is all right. I can't
yeah.
really relate to these.
They've
lyrics
made
really,
millions of dollars off their music.
They
That's
have.
like-
They have, and they continue to do so.
Right.
Yeah.
How do we get Neil Breen on the show?
Yes.
And I'm Facebook friends with him. I've messaged him multiple times asking if he would want to be on, and he never responds.
I get the feeling he doesn't know how to use Facebook. I don't think that's him.
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, I bet he does everything himself. If you look at his credits,
Sign
Yeah,
up
but-
for an IMDb Pro for like the trial bull crap, and then get his email. It's probably there, knowing how he operates.
when you buy his movies off his website, it comes from like his house. So the return address, like I know where he lives.
Oh, really? He sends it out from his house.
Wow.
It's like in a jewel case, no art.
Right.
Wow, that's
Oh yeah. Why
Like
waste money on that?
$35 on a movie for
Yeah.
it's crazy.
It cuts into profits, man.
Where's
don't need
his
no art.
disaster artist?
Yeah, right.
He needs one. That's man. His movies though. Watch Fateful Findings.
Okay.
You've got to see that.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
no.
Just no, yes, no, it's the best.
It's
you need to.
wild.
It's kind of hard to find. I don't know. It's actually it's on YouPorn.
Oh,
The whole movie's on YouPorn.
Okay.
But listen to the episode of Refund Theater on that movie.
Yeah.
I listened to that episode and I had to see it after that.
Right.
It's like I absolutely had to see it just after
awesome.
listening to them
I
talk
discovered
about it.
him. I don't know if you're familiar with Red Letter Media.
I've heard of it.
So their YouTube channel, where they do all the movies and stuff. They I don't know if it was Fateful Findings or if it was one of them. They do a show called Best of the Worst.
I'm pretty sure it was on Fateful Findings.
I'm pretty sure it was Fateful Findings. They did that was the first one. I think it's the episodes. It's either with Macaulay Culkin on it or unfortunately Max Landis. But they did one when they talked about this movie,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things where you hear somebody talk about it. And there's nothing anybody can say that will prepare you for
No.
watching the movie.
Okay.
It is out of control.
Which is what I tell people before they see The Room for the first time.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
It's more honestly to me, it was easier to watch than The Room, because The Room, it has some really awkward, like the sex scenes and
yeah,
stuff.
so weird.
I
Like,
mean,
this
there's stuff in Fateful Findings that is really awkward and it'll make you a little uncomfortable.
really
but,
uncomfortable.
Like there's a part where he's floating face down in the pool, and you get a full on shot from behind, so like you can see his nutsack.
It's so
Okay.
bad.
It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's hilarious to watch.
It is.
Let me tell you, the first time I saw The Room was in a packed theater. My friend surprised me. He was like, "Yo, you want to go see a movie in Philly?"
Or I'll go see anything.
And I was like, "Oh yeah, what are we seeing?" He's like, "It'll be a surprise."
that's
so
the
then-
only way to introduce
Yeah.
people to it.
So then we go, and then I see the poster of The Room. Now I knew very little about The Room. I know it was I had known it was a terrible movie,
Right.
But I never knew how bad. But we proceeded to go sit in the theater. Tommy's out there selling merchandise for his team. Some of the weirdest merchandise, mind you, I've ever seen. But then when we go to watch the movie, we don't watch the movie right away. He Pixar Shorts, a freaking new TV show he was making at the time for Hulu called The Neighbors.
Yes, yeah.
And he played it in front of the movie like a Pixar short.
Right. And
That's
it's
funny.
And
awful.
it's
God awful.
and I'm sitting there like, yo, what did my friend just drag me to? So then when they're playing the movie, everyone's like spoons and just tosses a bunch of spoons.
Yeah, I'm like,
at the
why are you getting hit
screen.
in the head with like
I'm
plastic
like,
spoons?
What
and like,
just happened?
Right.
I was
Where am
so-
I?
Yeah, exactly. I was so confused. But then finally I was just like, you know what? Embrace the madness. And I became the spoons initiator.
Yeah.
So I was the first one to always shout spoon and just have a bunch of people toss spoons in the front.
Yeah,
So
because you just reach down the floor at one point and just grab a handful of
Oh,
spoons and throw them
What's
at
the
everybody.
spoons thing?
in the movie.
Is that in the movie? It's been
Yeah.
so long
Yeah,
since I've
in the
seen
movie,
it.
there's
And it's
go
so
ahead.
forgettable.
In the movie, for some reason, there's a picture frame with a picture of a spoon in it.
It's like
in
he
the
bought it
movie.
at Walmart or whatever, and he never took out the default
okay.
photo because he didn't, for whatever reason. So it's just a spoon there, and you see it
That's
a million
funny.
times in the movie, and you're like, "What the hell is that doing?" So yeah, at some point, somebody just brought a bunch of spoons and started throwing them. That became a thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Honestly, I recommend seeing The Room on a screen.
On a big
You
screen.
gotta
with
see
a,
it. Yeah,
with
you
a
gotta
crowd.
see it with a crowd.
That's
I
the thing
won't-
with Fateful Findings. Watch it with friends. You
Yeah.
have to. You watch it by yourself. You're just gonna be. It's gonna.
It's miserable.
yeah.
Yeah.
But when you
Do
watch it with
they-
other people, it's so funny.
Do they do screenings of Fateful Findings anywhere?
They might.
Okay,
but
because
probably
that's
not.
how I would. That's
I don't
how
know.
watch
I
it.
don't know if like Neil Breen's cult following has
Oh, it's
gotten.
huge.
No,
It
but
is huge.
yeah,
It's
but
not.
are-
Is it that big?
Are you
It
gonna find like
is.
pop up like
I mean,
movies,
there's
though?
he's got fan clubs, multiple fan
Alamo
clubs on
Draft House
Facebook.
does it.
Oh man,
course
okay,
they do.
all right, okay. Because the Room, the first Saturday of every month, they play it in LA.
Yeah,
that's
and
awesome.
It's that's the place to go. And yeah, I'd seen it. I saw it in 2008. That far back.
Wow.
Because Brian Lynch and Brian Johnson
Yeah.
saw it before me. Like, dude, you got to go see this. I'm like, well, what? Really? It's that good? He's like, no. So I had seen it, and I was like, man, that was fun. I wish I want to go again. So we happened to be on LA on that weekend. So I took Mike Zapsik and Rob Bruce. And I didn't tell them
word.
anything about it. And they're all cranky because they go to bed at 10 o'clock. So we're on West Coast time. They're overtired. They're all cranky. They're like, "Do we have to do this?" I'm like, "Yes." I pre-bought the tickets so they couldn't bail, and I drove them to the theater, which was like 20 miles out from where we were staying. So I'm like,
So
they
he couldn't leave.
yeah, they couldn't leave. They didn't know how to use Uber, so they were stuck with me. And I'm like, "Listen, you'll thank me after this." But they're like, and they're having their doubts. It's like, is this going to be worth it? I'm like, just shut up. Go to the theater, and we went, and Mike's obsessed with the movie.
That's funny.
And, yeah,
I would love to hear everybody's like all the comic book men's review of Fateful Findings.
Okay.
That would be
yeah,
hilarious.
all right,
'cause
it's on the list.
so
I'll
absurd.
go see it for sure.
It's a movie you need to watch, with,
Yeah.
like you said, with everyone.
Okay.
I submitted it
I'm
to Ralph on Hollywood Babylon, and he did it in one of the episodes.
Oh, he did?
One scene, yeah.
No
and
way.
Neither of them had heard of him either.
Oh
It's-
crap, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny. There's this one scene that you just gotta see.
Okay.
It's a suicide.
the suicide
air quote
one.
suicide
Right.
scene. It's not really a suicide,
Okay.
but he thinks his friends committed suicide, and it's the acting. It's so good.
All right, fantastic.
You've
All
hyped
right.
up this movie.
It is. Everybody's
worth
got to
it.
see it.
Is that your favorite awful movie? Awfully good movie?
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
What would you say yours is? Because I saw you grunt there. And
I don't-
For those,
I don't-
who,
I
for those who
honestly-
are listening, this man like shrugged, like I don't know about that.
I don't know if that would be my favorite like bad, good, fun to watch movie. I like more like. I mean, that's one that's really bad. Like it's hard to watch.
Well, there's a
like-
difference between like those type of bad movies and then like campy stuff like Maximum Overdrive. or
Right.
Yeah,
something.
so like
Yeah.
I like some of the campy stuff more. Like that one, if you're watching with people, it's great. It's a fun movie to watch when you're watching with people. Same thing with The Room, but
You don't need to own it.
no. And if you're watching it like alone for the first time, like if we had just told you guys, "Oh, just go home and watch this and sit there," you're
Turn it off.
You'd be like, what the hell?
yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably gonna find our address and mail something horrible
Yeah.
to us.
Right.
So but if you watch with people, it's a lot of fun. But you know, I like the bad, campy 80s B horror movies like
Sure.
Chopping Mall is probably one of my favorite
Shopping
movies.
malls.
Shopping malls?
Shopping Mall.
Never heard of it.
Oh, it's so good. It's about this high tech mall of the future, and it's got robot security guards, and these kids are normal teenage kids who are going to have like a party in the mall at the end. When it closes and stuff, but lightning hits the building and the robots start attacking everyone and killing all of them, and it's just
they become aware.
It's so beautiful. That stuff's fun.
In the live stream, Jacob asks, "Who's the Freddy fan?" And I can actually answer this question. He can see that in the background.
Yeah.
That was a birthday gift for you from Robert Englund.
That's correct.
It was on Comic Book Man.
Yeah.
That's correct. Not a screen used glove. I'm gonna bust it out so you can put it on. Actually. This way. So, but it's made by a guy who Robert Englund endorses as his guy to make replica Freddy gloves.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, keep talking.
I just watched the movie like 2 nights ago for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. That movie really holds up.
It's so good.
I wasn't expecting it to because of how campy those movies got.
Oh, this is so cool.
I just did with Halloween recently, so I feel you on the rewatching stuff. But I haven't watched Nightmare. Oh my god, yo, that's
It's actually really comfortable too.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's really comfortable.
If you go on Instagram, it's called Nightmare Gloves. It's this dude named Anders, I believe is his name. It's like Swedish. Yeah, and it says this is God, which is he didn't know that's my favorite quote from the movie for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's all. And the sweater too, right?
The sweater. Yeah, the sweater's off like Amazon, but it was in the birthday package. So so I put that on, and that was a fun.
That's so
day.
cool.
That's so
So
good.
it's definitely my favorite movie. So yeah.
He scares me.
Robert Englund?
Robert Englund as a person scares me. Like he seems like a really nice dude, but like I don't know if it's just because of the association with Freddy or what, but like even himself playing himself just gives me the creeps.
Yeah, so I got a story for you real quick. So we do a lot of conventions, and he's he's like a top tier guest.
Right.
So we were both doing me, Mike, and him were set to appear at a convention in Albany, New York. So they were like, "Hey, you want to fly up?" We're like, "No, we'll drive. It's a 3-hour drive." So me and Mike are about to leave Jersey to make the 3-hour trip, and I get a call from his agent, and she's like, "Hey, did you guys leave yet?" I'm like, "No, why?" She's like, "Well, Robert was he's flying into Albany for this con, but the layover was in New Jersey and then on to Albany, and the flight he got to New Jersey okay, but the flight from Jersey to Albany got canceled, and it was an overnight flight. So usually what the protocol is, they send you on to the next flight the next morning." But they put you in the Jizz Motel overnight because the airline doesn't care; they have to pay for it. And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "You can't put Robert Englund in the Jizz Hotel." She's like, "Exactly." He's like, "If you guys haven't left yet, can you grab him at the airport and drive him to Albany?" And we're like, "Yeah."
How do you say no to that?
And we had shot the show already, the episode, so he knew us. He knew we weren't psychos, or did he?
Yeah.
But so Mike had just gotten a new car, so we weren't picking up in a piece of crap, and so it was him and Amanda Wiss, who plays the first girl killed in Nightmare on Elm Street, who Mike has this gigantic crush on. Since the movie.
Rightfully so.
And I love her too. She's amazing. She's just a really nice person. So yeah, we end up driving
That's
Robert
awesome.
Englund 3 hours north to Albany, New York. So he's kind of like, "Hey man, I want to buy those guys a drink," and I was like, "Well, Mike doesn't drink," and so he still owes us some kind of beverage or some kind of favor, I imagine. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But,
That's wild.
yeah, it was cool.
Never
That's
heard that
awesome.
story. That's so dope.
I love it. What's our time?
You are at 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, we got some time. Pick out and go a little longer. I don't know if you have anything else
I can
to
go
add.
as long. I don't.
Don't go that long. We got a sex podcast coming in after you. So
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
we're not kidding either.
what's it called?
it's called
Weekly foreplay.
Weekly foreplay.
And
Although-
is it guys?
No, it's
No.
Okay.
it's ladies.
No.
There's
I wouldn't
something
be as
about
excited, okay?
that. There's just something about that when women have a sex themed podcast,
Oh, yeah.
it's fine. But if you get a bunch of guys together to talk about sex, like
Yeah.
nobody wants to
Nobody
listen
wants
to
to hear
that.
that. Yeah, but,
Creepy.
yeah.
It's
It's just creepy.
yeah, but ironically, the ladies are way more dirtier.
Oh
than
yeah,
anyone
yeah.
could be.
yeah. But
awesome.
it's fine
Freaking
listening
great.
to them say the things that they're gonna say. But if we were standing in here talking about stuff like that, I don't even want to.
Yeah, people are like,
I don't want to cross that
Yeah,
line.
we can't even say it.
Well, I mean, yeah, and also I don't know if this is live streaming, but I don't know if anybody can see us, but ghoulish would probably be a good word.
but definitely look them up on Facebook. They've
I'll check it out.
Foreplay.
They've done all kinds of crazy stuff in lives. They've done stuff with each other. Like, it's crazy. It's awesome.
Like while recording?
Not yet. Not yet. Not we haven't gotten there yet. But hey, man, it's if they want to, I would not be
Bringing a
opposed to
cot.
it.
Oh, you got a couch.
Got a couch. Yeah, we got. Yeah, it's a purple couch. It's it's a good sex couch.
Live streamed their podcast on Chatterbait.
We should give them the idea to interview someone from Cast and Couch.
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
that would be something.
how long have you been doing this podcast?
A little over 2 years.
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's great.
I get on a row where I go several months where I do an episode every week, and then something will happen and I won't do one for like 2 months. Like right now, it's been 3 months. This is the first time.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
welcome
it's
back.
been a while. Yeah, now I'm motivated to get at it again. So when I get back home, I'm gonna
I'm
get back
glad
into
we
them.
could spark you.
I'm excited. We just launched a website.
Nice.
So I'm trying to do more.
Merch for sale.
Yeah, don't
Oh, yeah,
wait.
you gotta
Don't
get
wait
the
the kids.com.
Gotta get the merch, man.
I'll send you guys some stuff.
Yeah, we're merch masters here, man. We're trying to turn into the half store.
If I was
podcast studio.
if I was smart, I would have just brought some stuff. But I'm not smart, so I'll send you guys some.
All right, we'll
Give
wait.
me your shirt
stickers.
size.
We'll be here.
I have your address.
Yes, for sure. Awesome.
There
Yeah,
it
that's the
is.
site.
There it
Nice.
is.
I like the logo.
Thank
So
you.
it's don'twakethekids.com.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Merch.
Merch.
Oh, nice hoodies, t-shirts.
Hoodies, t-shirts. You
man.
can get a skateboard.
Skateboards.
I might send you a skateboard to hang on the wall here.
Yeah.
I really like your Golden Girls and Jaws skateboards.
Yeah, and then,
then you got
there's
Big
a
Lebowski.
Big Lebowski
Oh,
over
that's
there.
cool. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Tom's in my way. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
Did you take a picture with one of the kids in the onesie? Yeah.
I haven't. I actually haven't even got my kids' onesies. I've got myself a T-shirt and I got a phone case, and I have a lot more stuff. I just haven't added to the site yet. So
I like it.
it's
Nice,
gonna
man.
be fun.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I learned from the best, man. Kevin Smith is one of the best merchandisers /
Oh, yeah.
in the world.
I mean, he's the reason I started podcasting.
Yep.
He was the reason I came up with the idea to start a podcast. So
What was his first podcast like?
Was that Kevin?
Was it Smod?
Yeah,
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah, episode 1 with Scott Mosier. It like he's already a good storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
He's known Scott forever. So right off the bat, that first episode's awesome. They talk about
Right.
like fisting a dolphin or something. There was some
Wow.
There was some news story about it's called fisting flippers.
there's an
episode.
episode of The Dollop about that story where it's like a scientist wanted to teach a dolphin how to speak.
Oh,
So he like puts this dolphin in an apartment with a woman. Like they live together so
Yeah.
that the dolphin can learn how to talk, and like she lets the dolphin have sex with her and
That's
stuff.
so
It's
weird.
crazy.
So weird.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I love how it's
so
stories like
disturbing.
that from the now director of the Grinch movie.
Right.
Like it's stuff like that I find
Yeah.
kind of morbidly hilarious.
It's just so
Like-
funny.
Like
kids.
another example aside from Kevin Smith stuff is the movie Sausage Party.
Yeah.
There's 2 directors on that movie. One is Conrad Vernon and then Greg Tiernan. Greg Tiernan had no bio except Thomas the Tank Engine before he did that movie. So it's like from the director of Thomas the Tank Engine
Right,
and
to
Shrek
Sausage
2
Party.
comes Sausage Party. But like I love bullshit like that. I think that's hilarious.
That's his passion project, man. He
Exactly.
finally
It's
did it.
like, listen, we're tired of these fucking trains.
Yeah.
We got to do something cool.
Yeah.
I need my cartoons to curse.
And yeah, boy, did he get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Follow your dreams, everybody.
That's
You
Follow
can do
your dreams.
anything.
let's end with that. Follow your dreams.
Follow your dreams and passions. Start a podcast. Come down to Jersey. Do what
Yeah,
you want.
seriously,
Yeah.
come here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This place rules.
Boom. Thanks, guys.
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Anytime.
Thanks for
Thanks for
jumping
coming
on.
in.
Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
been a lot of fun. That was Don't Wake the Kids. Yeah, bye.
Angry, but I'm sorry. I don't